Hi everyone, I'm aSwordBear. I'm a variety streamer from the Midwest United States. I stream Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. EST and Saturdays at 11 a.m. EST. I stream to make...
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. Go ahead and tell me your username, if you're an affiliate or partner, how long you've been streaming, and also average viewers and current followers.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's aSwordBear, or at least my Twitch channel is. My name's James, but I'm aSwordBear on Twitch. I am currently an affiliate. I've been streaming for just over 2 years. Actually, last week was my 2-year streaming anniversary.
Congrats.
And thank you. And I currently am averaging somewhere around like the 17 to 20-ish viewer mark, depending on what's going on.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about your analyzing your data for a second. Do you do that, and how do you incorporate it into your streams?
I do. I think for a while I fell into the same trap that everyone does, where you're checking your analytics like after every stream and looking at your average viewers and stuff. But recently, in the last couple months here, I've tried to make a shift towards looking at things in a broader sense, looking at more like patterns. So I'll check it maybe weekly, monthly, depending on how I'm feeling about what's going on. I found that really helps with my mental health, which has been massive, but also it helps you kind of iron out and smooth things a little bit with the spikes and the dips that you'll get, where like maybe people are just busy, or maybe it just was a random off day, and you start to see more like patterns of what's going well. And then between looking at kind of what is averaging better over the course of a month or so and what it seems like my community is saying they're enjoying more, that tends to tell me more about like stuff I should keep doing, as opposed to having one good stream and then trying to extract some sort of assumption that is not there from it.
Yes, completely. I agree. So what strategies do you use for engagement, whether that's on Twitch or forms of social media?
So I don't know if I have a strategy per se. It's very much on social media, Discord, stuff like that. I'm just kind of posting silly stuff and that I would want to click on and hoping other people will click on it too. If I had any sort of a strategy proper, I would say it's more focused on the people that I know, and the networking that I've done, not necessarily in a professional sense, but just the friends I've made and the community that I built, especially like other streamers that I've gotten to know. I found like a great way for like stable and consistent engagement is trying to focus on that area and hyping up the people that you get to know and building a strong network and community there, so that you are getting people to come over to you and they're coming over to you with raids, and then you're going to them and all of that.
Yeah. So what works for your go live notifications and what maybe doesn't?
So what works, I've found very recently actually, that when I am the most direct about what I'm doing, but in like a fun kind of silly way, that works best. I've tried the like clickbait go lives. I've tried the whole fake like so-and-so has just sent you a message type thing. And all those things tend to just like annoy people, or you're only going to really get the people that were already going to click on the go live to begin with. But when I am doing like a go live that focuses way more on, hey, I am playing this game, get in here, or trying to frame it in like a silly way, like we've been playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, and I'll say, trying to create the most messed up Pokemon possible. Like stuff that kind of communicates to the audience, this is what we're doing in the stream. I've found I get way more engagement with those because people actually know what they're getting into when they click on it.
Totally, yeah. So how do you adapt the changes in social media algorithms?
I try my best to follow whatever outlets I can. I've found that channels and Twitter users and stuff like Zach Busey, Harris Heller, vidIQ, that like all those names that you'll see regularly thrown around in the streamer space, they're very good for like finding stuff that's getting reported on, like any of the big changes that are being more published. Also just being active in streamer-centered communities, so like streamer Twitter, as hard as that might be to sometimes engage with. But being in those spaces, Discords and stuff, talking to peers, you kind of naturally get exposed to a little bit of the details. But at the end of the day, I end up trying to just trust my gut. I've had a couple times on like TikTok and stuff where I've just noticed some stuff that looks fun and seems like it might go well. I'm seeing more and more of them, and I'm just like, I'm gonna try making something in that vein, and it goes really well or it goes poorly, and I throw that out. And I think the most important thing is just trying to be agile with that and paying attention to the best of your ability, and then just trust your gut as a creator.
Yeah. And what tags do you use for your channel?
So I've changed them up a bit because tags is kind of a mystery black box when it comes to Twitch and what actually works for their discoverability. At face value, the straightforward stuff like game related, like first playthrough does really well for me. Challenge run, charity stream, like stuff that's very focused on the content. I've also found tags are really useful for kind of communicating to your audience what like type of vibe your channel is. So like I have ADHD, got that tag on there, friendly, chatty, all really help people kind of get an idea of what they're coming into and what they can expect from me instead of like having no idea. But I'm constantly changing them up, and especially now that they've made them more open-ended, just creating more freeform ones. Like I think I've had a D's nuts chat tag for a while now because my community won't stop trying to get me. So
it's so funny. Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you personally get creative and stand out from the rest?
In general, like I said, I have ADHD. It has fueled a lot of my hobbies and a lot of my interests and a lot of my impulse purchases over the years. And I like to try and just incorporate as much of those different things into my stream as possible. So like some specific things, I've done cooking streams, and I'll specifically do cooking streams where we'll pick ingredients that chat has submitted via a Marbles on Stream race, and then I have to come up with an ingredient. We call it Chop with Chat. A channel point redeem where I have to practice flirting with enemies in the game because I said I was bad at flirting once, and now they make me practice it all the time. Full body green screen streams where I like put my face onto characters, and I dabble in voice acting a little bit and have tried to like do goofy voices for the characters in like Zelda and stuff. Art streams where I'm photoshopping myself into popular Twitch emotes, or just drawing. We have an AI chatbot that learns from the chat messages that are sent and drawing some of the just garbage chaos sentences that it has spit out over the last couple months, just trying to draw visual depictions of what those are. So just bringing a lot of my different hobbies and interests and stuff into stream. I like to feel that I definitely put the variety in variety streamer, because it's just kind of following whatever sounds fun.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh. All right, so my last question, think back to when you started streaming and to where you are right now. Is there any one thing that kind of changed it all for you?
Any one thing, if I had to pick one thing, because there's a couple things that come to mind, but if I had to pick one, it would definitely be getting involved in another streamer's community. If we want to be specific, shout out X2 Shoes if you want me to be specific, but lovely dude. I came in when I was just getting started into his community, not to try and self-promo, not even to try and like talk to him about content or anything, even though he in particular does like advice videos and stuff on YouTube. And that's how I found him. But I just came in like wanting to meet friends and get involved in a Twitch community. And slowly over time, I became more of a regular in his channel, and I got to know people. And that alone like shot my numbers up, just by meeting people that actually got to know me as like an individual, and then slowly learned that I also streamed, and not making it, because people get so annoyed by self-promo, and they get so annoyed by, you know, people trying to plug their channel, but just go in and make friends. That's what happened for me. And all of a sudden I went from like 3 people watching to like 13 people watching to 20 people watching. And most of those people that I met like a year and a half ago when I joined his community are still watching now, and I collaborate with them and they're still around. So it makes for a much more solid viewer base and solid growth, even if it's a little bit slower than like having something go viral.
Totally.
But that was probably the biggest boost. That or Dark Souls. A lot of people like Dark Souls. But...
Yeah. All right, well, that was my last question. Do you have any final thoughts, or are you feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling pretty good. I really appreciate you having me on, though. This has been awesome, and I've enjoyed all of the interviews that I've seen so far, so I'm excited to see how this one comes out too.
Yay. I'm so excited. All right, I'm
Me
going
too.
to say, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube and then I'll talk to you afterwards, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.